I said,
like
yeah.
one brands?
Yes. Yes.
You are, okay. All right.
Under
And then you
Star
just,
Self-Storage.
can you just add a page for every single one of your facilities to your website?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Guy
Okay.
did pretty much.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. Okay, so for the first one, how did you fund it? And the second one, how did you fund it?
The first and second one, I did my own money and I did the down payment. The third one, I'm finally branching out and I got private money on this third one.
Okay, cool. So, and then, so
It
what
is
were your,
exciting.
did you use the same bank for both of those facilities or a different bank?
The first two, yes, they're the same bank.
Okay, so what kind of terms did you get on that?
They were big down payments. They were 25% down payments, but they are 25-year payment amortization schedules. The first one, the interest was 3.8. The second one, the interest was 4.5, I believe.
Oh, so yeah, you could tell it did go up. The interest rate went up. Okay, so it's just a 25-year loan at like 3.8 or 4.5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Okay, with 25% down.
Correct. And then the first one, I was able to get a construction loan from the same bank. This banker loves me right now, but we got a construction loan to fund the expansion, and that's due in November, and that's when we plan to refinance. And well, we'll see what the rates are at that moment to see how much cash to pull out, because obviously we want it to still cash flow very well even after we pull out money, but we'll see what everything looks like in November.
So how does the construction loan work? Like what were the terms for that and how did it work?
So with the construction loan first, I had to get them at the very beginning, I had to get them estimates for everything, for the grading, for the concrete, for the materials, get all the estimates, send it to the bank for their approval. But then there was some lag time with that, because every time, by the time they got back to me, numbers would change. So then I would have to resend the estimates again. So it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth thing. But then once they approved me for the construction loan amount, I was able to move forward. And basically, I did have to pay out of pocket to do certain jobs. But then once they saw the jobs were complete and they saw the invoices, they would reimburse me for the jobs.
Got it. Okay. All right. So talk about the process for doing the expansion.
So I worked with Peaks, learned a lot during that process. So the first mistake I did was I didn't realize I had to get civil engineering plans. The county wanted civil engineering plans, from a civil engineer locally in the area. So I was getting estimates for that. It took probably about a month or two to get estimates from a handful of engineers, and then to actually get the drawings done, the firm took about 3 months to get those done. One engineering plans were
what drawings did you have to get done?
Oh, well, I had to put a retention pond, a drainage system on my lot. The county required a stormwater drainage system that a engineer had to write up in order for me to add square footage to the existing buildings at that time.
How big did the retention pond have to be?
I don't know how big it was, but I know it cut my building in half towards the back. So I originally wanted to add the building in the back, I think is about 2,500 square feet. And I wanted to add 5,000 alone back there. So it did take up a piece of that. And I know I've talked to other owners, you and others that have invested in these rural areas, and some of the counties are really, really lax. And I guess because there's so much going on in commerce, so a bit more rigid as far as what's being allowed over there. But I'm surprised it took this long, but I'm happy it's finally over and done with.
So, okay, all right. So you have the civil engineer do the drawings. You got those approved by Commerce.
Correct. So after they gave the county the plans, they approved the permits, and then that's when I went ahead and ordered from Peak Steel all the materials. And of course, during COVID, there was a 6-month wait for the buildings to come. So And I didn't order that before the engineering plans because I had to wait for the engineering plans to get done to see what size buildings I would get, and then to make sure I had approval, obviously, before adding the buildings. Because once you have your order with Peak Steel, you can't modify it afterwards. I think that was with all the vendors.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, so they had a 6-month wait time.
yeah,